Hey everyone, it's Jay Morrison. As if you don't know already, I'm sure you have been on my YouTube channel already and have watched tons and tons of my over 500 videos. And I'm really excited. We're now over 3 million views collectively on my channel, so that's pretty dope. I'm going to be doing a video on finding financial freedom today. So as you guys know, I have a extensive 10-year background in real estate, in business, entrepreneurship, being a realtor, investor, developer, mentor, coach, social activist, TV personality, author, right? So I have a really versed wealth of understanding, a wealth of knowledge, right? And being the founder and CEO of the Jay Morrison Academy, I've been hammering home real estate investing for the last couple of years. And now that we're approaching our 3rd year and we have relaunched with a new message on wealth building, I have to hammer home now the wealth building message. I told you guys about why buy real estate, appreciation value, cash flow, tax breaks, commercial real estate, residential real estate, why own businesses, etc., right? You understand the benefits to wholesaling real estate. You understand how to finance real estate, get hard money, how to be landlord, how to interview contractors, how to build filter sources, how to market yourself, how to market your business, brand your business, right? How to establish your business, right? So all that you know, but there's a larger message that I gotta make sure that we all are clear on. And so, really quickly, before some of you log off because you're just like click freaks on YouTube or whatever platform you're watching this, if you guys go to jmorrisonacademy.com, we are giving away a free Wealth DNA Kit. And this Wealth DNA Kit is gonna correlate right into this message of financial freedom. The Wealth DNA Kit comes with a daily budget, a weekly and monthly budget, a financial analysis, which will allow you to see what your net worth is. It also will give you a dream life expense sheet, which we're kind of going to be covering today, and you'll get our Wealth DNA handbook. All that for free at jmorrisonacademy.com. So you guys can go to that, whoever is ready to leave already. But for those of you who want to stay and get this lesson, I want to explain to you what financial freedom is, what it looks like, and what I call wealth freedom, and how you obtain it. So in finding financial freedom, what it really is, it's about creating and getting started vehicles that will bring you passive income, residual income, or substantial amounts of equity or profits that pay for your lifestyle, right? That pay for your liabilities, your debts, your cost. So that's my definition of wealth. My definition of wealth is when you have an abundance of these vehicles and assets that appreciate or bring you cash flow, right? Bring you residual income. So in finding financial freedom, here's the path to how we do it. And this is what we have in our Wealth DNA Kit, our Dream Life Expense Sheet. The first thing that you must do is you got to find out what freedom is to you. And freedom for everybody else is totally different. For each and every one of us, it's totally different, right? So for some of us, we have more meager lifestyles. You know, our goals may be, I just want to be a philanthropist. I don't care what's on my feet. I don't care how I dress. I just want to give back. For some of us, it's that you want to wear the most stylish clothes that's out there, or you want the most lavish car there is, or some people love to travel. You want to go around the world 3 times. Whatever it is, it's okay. But let's identify it so that way you can find your freedom and find the vehicles that will help give you the freedom. So the first thing to do in finding your freedom is, and what we have in our Dream Life Expense Sheet and the Wealth DNA Kit, is you got to write down, what does that dream life look like? What is your freedom life, right? So I'm going to say freedom, and let's put right under here, AKA your dream life, right? That's freedom, like, aha, right? You've made it. That dream life. So what does your dream life look like? So when you guys use your Wealth DNA Kit and you're finding your financial freedom, you want to start with, right, whatever it is. So you want to say, okay, what are my, my current bills, right, as they are, right? So if your current expenses right now, just say, are $3,000 a month, right? Say $4,000 a month. So $4,000. So you know you're going to need that just as is, as life is right now. But now you want to talk about living your dream life, and you want to say, you know what? I'd love to save $60,000 a year, at least, right? So maybe you want to save, let's say 96 grand a year, right? That's 7,000 a month, right? Am I right? No, that's 80. Is that 80? 8 is 84. 96 is what? What is 96? 8,000 a month? 861, yes. Right? So that's 8,000 a month. So you want to save 96,000 a year, right? So I always break it down to monthly. I think it makes things more practical, more reasonable. So everything that we're going to do, we're going to talk about what the yearly value looks like, but then what the monthly value looks like. And that's what we're going to strive for. So just say you want to save 96,000 a year, nearly 100 a year. So we're talking about 8,000 a month, right? So this is just in personal savings. So now you need to save 8,000 a month in personal savings. But then say, you have children, you want to put them through some great schools or great private schools, maybe they're in high school or middle school, whatever that looks like. And so to educate your children or your child, just say you're going to need, say that's 24,000 for the year. So that's divided by 12, 2,000 a month, right? So we're going to say kids' school, 2,000 a month, right? For you to have your kids' school. But now you're going to need to drive your kids to school, and you don't want to do that in the minivan. You want to do it in something luxurious or lavish. So say that Range Rover Autobiography Edition with the long wheelbase that you want is, 180,000, 160,000. But the leasing on that, which we recommend, because you can get great write-offs for leasing a vehicle, and you can always upgrade to a newer vehicle every couple of years. The leasing for that vehicle, just say, is $2,500 a month, right? You would say $2,600 a month. So you got your Range Rover, that's your dream car, or one of them. And so that's $2,600 a month for that car. But you and your lady love to hit the highway and enjoy Saturdays, and she just has a thing for Bentley coupes. And so you want a Bentley coupe. Don't feel bad about it. This is your dream life. So dream on. Let it flow. Let your dream life flow. Right? So now you got your second car, which is going to be the Bentley coupe. Right? And that Bentley coupe is going to be about $2,400 a month. Right? So now you got your dream cars, your kids are in their dream schools, you have a nice amount of savings going into the bank, and that could just be personal savings or play money. You may say, you know what, I need another $10,000 a month to put away for just say retirement or investments, right? Retirement/investments. You know, $10,000 a month, well, you are balling. But you guys love to travel. And you feel like with your family of four, to travel all year, every year for your family, you guys are going to need, let's say, $24,000 a year to travel how you want to travel, right? So $24,000 for the year to travel how you want to travel. You got to put up another $2,000 a month away for your traveling, right? To cover and finance your vacations that you guys want, right? A lot of money, you're dreaming though, but you're living your life. This is what freedom looks like to you. And say that you are a bit of a philanthropist and you want to give money back and you want to help your community or you want to help underserved or underprivileged people or whatever that looks like. And so, in your philanthropy, and you want to say donations, you want to be able to give away $36,000 a year in donations, right? So you want to be able to give away another $3,000 a month in donations, right? And now you have this house though where you're traveling, your kids, and they're messy, and so you gotta have a maid. You may even need a butler. You may need a driver for the Range Rover to get your kids to school. Or maybe you even have an Escalade on top of the Range Rover as far as your other family car, right? Whatever it is, right? So we can keep adding and adding and adding, but now let's just say you have a driver. And your driver is gonna cost you $48,000 for the year to have a driver. He or she has to get paid, and that's $4,000 a month, right? And then you have your maid, and your maid is going to be $48,000 a year. So you got another $4,000 a month, right? Living your dream, ideal life. And there could be other expenses, less, more, because we all have individual whatevers, right? So now let's just add it up real quick, and don't laugh at me, my math gets a little funky, but I'm pretty good with numbers. So now we're talking about This is, let's see, 5, and 2 is 7, is 15, is 19, 29, 31, 34, 38, 42. So you're talking about $42,000 a month in residual income and cash flow that you would have to earn or have vehicles earning you that kind of money in order to live your dream lifestyle. So you're talking about, if we say 84, it's 400. So we're talking about times 12, we're talking about 484,000 a month, I believe. 84, right? Yep, 420. No. Excuse me. So 84 times 420, that's 504. That's New Orleans zip code, 504. So you're talking about $500,000 a year you would have to bring in order to live your dream lifestyle, which theoretically is like there's CEOs that make quadruple and 10 times that amount of money, $500,000 a year. And you can do this in a whole bunch of different mechanisms and ways, from business ownership, franchise ownership, real estate development, commercial real estate, right? You work your way to this. So this is an astronomical number. I know some of you about to faint, saying, Jay, what the hell are you talking about, $42,000 a year? What we have to understand is that if you don't have the number to work towards, how could you ever get there? So you got to chip away at it. So we're going to keep this here, and now we're going to erase everything else real quick. And let's talk about how we actually work towards getting there, right? So we know that to live this ideal dream life, you gotta somehow make $504,000 a year, $42,000 a month, right? So if you start building your real estate portfolio, your stock portfolio, maybe getting some franchises, other business, other investments, right? You got your credit straight, all those wealth areas of expertise we talk about, right? So the vehicles that you're gonna have in order to do this, these are gonna be your vehicles. You're gonna have residential real estate, you're gonna have commercial real estate, you're gonna have business ownership, and you're gonna have stocks, right? These are gonna be your main vehicles other than being an employee. But these are going to be your main vehicles to utilize to drive you to the $42,000 a month number. Now, in residential real estate, right, you have so many different ways to make money. So if you have your own business in residential real estate, which I've had nearly 5,000 students in my academy, who most of which have created their own real estate investing businesses. So if you have your own wholesale, one way in residential real estate, right, wholesaling. Right, so we'll just abbreviate. Wholesaling is one way, and that's where you flip contracts. You assign contracts on properties that make sense, and then you flip them to investors for more money. So just say in wholesaling, if you had a wholesaling business, you market yourself properly, you're good on social media, how we teach you to be, your website set up, your business is automated, you got yellow letters out, you got filter sources bringing you business, and just say off wholesaling, if you could bring in $7K a month wholesaling, just closing 1 to 2 deals a month. My case sucks, excuse me. If you can get a system going where you can close 1 deal or 2 deals a month and make $7K a month wholesaling, that is a very realistic and very reasonable goal. Very realistic. Most of my students tell you that. Once you get the business going, you can do these kind of numbers, right? Not to mention if you are a realtor or other things on top of that and get other little checks. We're not even talking about the employee side yet. So just as a residential real estate wholesaling, right? The other way you can make money in residential real estate is flipping. Right? So in flipping properties, just say you built your capital up, right? This doesn't happen overnight. This could be a 5-year plan. It could be an 8-year plan. It could be a 10-year plan, or maybe if you're really aggressive, a 2-year plan. Depends who you are, how you hustle. But even if it was a 10-year plan, would you be mad at finally getting your dream life 10 years from now? I damn sure wouldn't. So in flipping, right, building up a business that you can systematize, you understand how to evaluate deals, the 65% purchase ratio, you understand how to manage contractors, you understand how to leverage different filter sources to bring you different, all that good stuff, right? So in flipping, just say every 90 days, you could flip one deal every 90 days and make 30 grand. One deal every 90 days. So that would be 10 grand a month. If you could flip and make 30 grand every 90 days. That would be 10K, just off residential real estate. But now you've used my strategies and you bought a 4-family with your family. You went from that 4-family and got a single family 203K. And then from there, you sold that, went to another multifamily. And you had, just say, you had 10 rental units that after paying the mortgage, taxes, and insurance, those 10 rental units, right, which would be 2 4-families and 1 2-family, just 3 properties, 2 4-families and 1 2-family. The profits, after paying everything off, your managers and everything else, the profits from those 10 units was another 3 grand a month, right? After paying all the mortgage and everything else, you brought in 3 grand a month of what we call buying and holding, what does they call renting, right? Renting residential real estate. So 3 grand a month. So far, we haven't even gotten to any of the other 3 vehicles. And you could realistically set a business up for yourself in the next year to 18 months, if you have the knowledge base and the work ethic, to be able to bring in 20 grand a month off residential real estate. And I know this works because I've done it. I've done triple this in a month, constantly and consecutively, just by having a system and model that works. And that builds your financial freedom and allows you to live the kind of life that you want to live, lifestyle. But this, you already chipped into half of your battle, just with residential real estate. But now if you're able to leverage the residential real estate and the equity in your properties, and you understood commercial real estate, and say you went and you finally, here's the other thing, commercial real estate that we're going to be teaching in the J. Morrison Academy, is how do you do commercial real estate with other people with limited money out of your own pocket, or sometimes even no money out of your own pocket, but are able to syndicate and put deals together. So now you got with some friends within your network, and all of you went in on, just say, a 40-unit building, right? No, a 40-unit building, apartment building, commercial real estate. But out of the 40 units, only 10 of the units, or just say 10 take a quarter, 25%, you and 3 other people went in. So you don't get all this money, but this 40-unit building brought in a residual of $20,000 a month, right? Of which you get a quarter of. So you get $5K a month from the $20,000 off of this building. But remember, in commercial real estate, the great part is you pay your mortgage down way faster than residential mortgage real estate, because you have 40 units paying your mortgage down. So now you're creating more cash flow every year. So your first year, you're making $5,000 a month, but your second through third through fourth year, by the time your 4th year, you're now making 8 grand a month off the same property, because you paid your mortgage down so fast, which is called principal pay down in commercial real estate. So now you're working your way up to 8 grand a month in commercial real estate. Also, you've created equity in a property that you were able to leverage to buy more real estate, et cetera, and create more benefits and more revenue for yourself. But here's the dope part. In commercial real estate, there's a thing called forcing value, where you can go into a C property and find it in a right on a cups area, and find a property that's undermanaged, and you come in with your team, manage the property better, gradually raise rents, phase out tenants, improve the outer appearance of the property, right? Give it a facelift. And now you brought a C property to a B property, which raised the whole value of the building. Maybe you added pet fees now, you added parking fees in, right? You've changed the whole landscape and dynamics of just not the building physically, but the financial dynamics of the building as well. So now you got a 40-unit building that you guys paid maybe 1.5 for, but because you used my strategies and went in and enforced value, it went from 1.5, and then 18 months later, it's now worth, just say, $2 million. So you made $500,000 in value in 18 months, even just say 2 years. So that means you made $250,000 in value every year for 2 years, which you get 25% of. So now the 25% of the 250 is, I want to say, like 65, I believe. So around 65,000 in value is yours, right, per year. So that's 65,000 per year in value is yours, right? So divided by 12 months, you've now brought in about 5,000 a month, right? From forcing value, right? Which is what we call 5K, excuse me. Forcing value is what we call flipping commercial properties, basically, where you forced value, you now can unload it or tap into the equity through a refinance and be able to force value. So that's not to mention in the commercial real estate, if you had stores, if you had storage units, if you had a warehouse that you were leasing out, if you had land that you were leasing out, maybe a parking lot that you found, right? So there's all kind of ways outside just apartment buildings for you to make more money in commercial real estate. I'm using one of the most basic ones. So now you've brought in $8,000 and $5,000 a month over 2 years from your commercial real estate deal, prorated over that time. So now you brought in $13,000 of your commercial real estate investments, while you brought in $20,000 a month of your residential real estate investments, and now you're at $33,000, closer to your $42,000 of your financial freedom. And during that time period, either you started your own business, and maybe it was just a simple stay-at-home business. The business could have been your real estate business, or it could be another side business that you had. Or maybe your kid had a business, or maybe your wife is a piano player, started her own piano playing business, or tutor lessons, or whatever the case is. And so through that business, and you understanding how to start a business, scale a business, and work yourself out of the business, right, which is what we teach, what you'll learn in the J. Morrison Academy, how to work yourself out of your business. This simple, at-home business, right, no big overhead, it could be online, it could just be a few, whatever it is, this business made you $36,000 a year, which is another $3K a month, right, from starting your own business. Another $3K a month. And then, maybe, possibly, you found an opportunity to invest in someone else's business that was doing pretty good, or an idea that you believed in, or it could have been a franchise, it could have been a dry cleaners in which they were expanding, and now you paid them a small fee to have a licensing arrangement to open stores. And so that licensing agreement, or that franchise, or that other business you invested in, let's just say it was slow to start, but it brought you in even just say another $1,000 a month residual income from a small investment you made into another business. So just from the business side, right, understanding business mastery, how to buy systems, automate systems, create your own automated system, or buy someone else's, which is all what we teach, you'll be able to bring in another $4K a month, right? So now you're at 37,000 a month just in the business component of building your financial freedom. And now we go into the stocks and say you took our stock course and you understood day trading or penny stocks and all that. And you're like, this is too much work, too much day-to-day trading. I want to try to park my money into a long-term bond or investment or whatever the case is. But now you had parked some of your money, right? Maybe you took out some equity in one of the properties and you want to put some away for a retirement fund, or you want to try to create some revenue from one of your businesses, or it could have been your job where you're still working while you're running some of this other businesses or whatever the case is, but now you parked some money in the stock market, and now that money in the stock market has now made you an extra $12,000 a year, or even just say another $1,000 a month, right? So with that 1,000 plus your 4 here, you're at 5, you're at 18, you're at 38. So just from this simple, this is all hypothetical, we know, but I'm showing you how it can be done if you drive the vehicles properly. You may just specialize in one vehicle and kill it. Any one of these. You don't have to do all of them, but they're all at your disposal, and you know how to do them if you have the wealth of knowledge. You can always pick and choose your spots. And that's what I love about growing and learning. It's like I started off in this narrow lane of real estate investing, residential. And then I learned more about commercial real estate. Then I learned a lot about owning businesses. Then I learned even more about owning businesses, how to systematize business and automate businesses and buy other businesses. And now I'm starting to learn about stocks and finance. So with this, even just coming in at 38,000, and saying we couldn't make any more money, and we were just $4,000 shy of our financial freedom goal, just scale back one of your cars or one of your expenses, or get a cheaper butler or maid or driver. But you still could be at a point of having financial freedom by using the vehicles that drive you to your freedom and your dream life. All right, so this is our Finding Financial Freedom formula. You can get your dream life expense sheet in your free JMA Wealth DNA kit at jmorrisonacademy.com. I look forward to teaching you more, you guys learning more from me, mentoring you, me learning from you, and growing from you as well. It's a two-way street. We grow together. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's some food for thought. I know it's a little scary, it's big numbers, but believe me, it's possible, it's doable. People do it all the time. But in order to be wealthy and financially free, you must have a goal and then work towards it. We call it work backwards, because in the sense that you're not, most people just think, you know what, I want money, I want wealth, so I'm just gonna work. I'm just gonna run towards it. We don't say that. We don't say run towards it. We say know what it is, and now you build your way back into it. How do I do it? And this is how this stuff becomes more reasonable and realistic to you, because you have something to work towards. So that's our formula for finding financial freedom. I'm Jay Morrison. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure that you like the video, comment below if you have any comments. Don't say I'm crazy, because I'm not. Subscribe to the channel and share it. Share it on your Facebook pages, your Twitters, and let's get this message out here. And I look forward to seeing you guys in 2016 Jay Morrison Academy. And make sure you get the free Wealth DNA kit. It's awesome. It's great value, and it costs you nothing. All right, talk to you guys.